Welcome back to another episode of Wine and Whisper. That was really good.
It was a good one. It was. We were synced. We were locked in.
So as you know, we always tell you guys to send us a couple of whispers.
Yes, some good ones. I know I have some good ones that I picked. Don't look at me like that. Why are you looking at me like that?
Because you came like mad prepared. I think I picked some good ones, but the way you just said it makes me feel like maybe I didn't pick some good ones. Okay, let's go with yours. I want to hear yours first.
Really?
I do.
Okay.
Let's uncork and
Unwind.
What's yours?
Okay.
I'm excited.
So, some of the wispies sent some whispers to us.
Okay.
Oh, I don't know what's going on.
I was looking at my boo.
Oh, Tina got a boo-boo, y'all. It's healing. That's the worst part of healing. The itch. All right. So I have two.
Okay.
You tell me which one you want to do. Who you want to roll with first? We
me.
have the blended birthday blow up,
Or
the mother-in-law maternity meltdown.
oh, let's do that one. That one sounds fun. That one sounds fun.
All right. Okay. So, stretch this out. I, 28 female, just had my first baby 3 weeks ago. My husband's mom has been ... a lot. She's super excited, but she acts like this baby is her baby. She constantly shows up unannounced, rearranges my kitchen, and even tried to help, quotations, by giving the baby their first bath without asking me.
Oh shit.
Let me adjust myself for this one.
Oh shit. You gotta be fucking kidding me.
Last week, she came over again and brought 5 of her church friends to meet the
fuck?
baby.
I'm sorry, that was loud.
I was in a robe, still bleeding, breastfeeding, and nowhere near ready for guests. I snapped and told her she needed to call before coming over and that we wouldn't be having visitors for at least another week. She burst into tears saying I was keeping her grandchild away from her and that she was only trying to help. Quotations. My husband says I could have been nicer, but I'm exhausted and tired of people acting like I'm a guest in my own home.
Absolutely.
Now she's giving me the silent treatment and telling family that I don't respect her role as a grandmother. Am I wrong for telling my mother-in-law she can't come over without permission, especially while I'm still recovering from birth?
Absolutely not. Let's talk about that. Let's break that down.
As someone who has experienced it twice.
You mean pregnancy?
Childbirth.
Okay. Yep, I didn't experience it.
Although with all the respect that people have to try to help, sometimes it is very, extremely overwhelming.
Absolutely.
Especially when you want things done a certain way and people don't respect that boundary. So my answer to that is absolutely not.
I mean,
because she lost her privilege to come whenever she wanted by doing that.
So I have not had any kids. I have had friends who have kids. And I know that people want to help during the process in any way that they can because they know that having a child is a lot. And sometimes having that extra set of hands is very helpful.
Yes,
absolutely. But at the same notion, you invited 5 randos into my house.
Without even seeing, hey, where are you? How are you feeling?
Right.
Are you up for entertainment? Are you up for guests? How's the baby feeling?
So
what
many
kind
things.
of germ situations going on here?
There are so many things that could have gone wrong in that situation. And it also is that as a new mom, you are in a very sensitive state. And you're in a very emotional state. And you're in a very protective state.
Yes.
Like, You are all those three things while still trying to be a new. It didn't say if this was her first kid.
No.
Okay, so doesn't
Go
matter.
back and look.
Doesn't matter if it's a first kid or not,
Yeah.
right? But you are in a very
My first baby.
Okay, so now it's your first child, so you have no idea what you're doing because no one can prepare you for this. No matter what book you read, cannot prepare you for this. You are trying to deal with your own emotions. Your body has changed immensely.
You're still coming down from the high. It says 3 weeks ago. So that means baby doesn't have all of their. If you're doing immunizations, baby does not have all their immunizations or shots or protection.
They don't have any immune system.
You lucky I let you around the baby in the first 3 weeks.
Unless you're living in that house prior.
Yeah.
There's no reason for you to be in that house.
Yeah.
And again, it's the 5 randos for me. The baby, the shower that you done gave the baby already pissed me off, right? Absolutely. You gave my baby a bath without me being there, and it's her or his first bath. I'm pissed. All right, maybe I can get over that. But you invited 5 random people into my house like it's your house. No. I don't even have kids, and I know the answer is fuck no.
So I'm gonna take it a step further.
Okay, I'm ready.
That was the American reaction. But the Caribbean reaction is, what kind of obi are you trying to put on my child?
Facts.
What kind of obi are you trying to put on my child?
You're not wrong.
Because people do that, right? They'll make it seem like they're doing the simplest thing, but they over here, and if you're Caribbean, you understand, you know. And if you don't, I feel sorry for you, but your parents didn't prepare you for the real world of how Caribbean people act. But no, I'm being honestly Caribbean, my African diaspora people.
Yes, I would
Right?
say absolutely yes.
My African diaspora people, not even African diaspora, because I know there's other cultures that have their superstitions of people who are not direct family or like father child, right, or mother child directly accessing their kid, because grandparents, aunts, aunties, all uncles, all of them are like, why? What obi are we dealing with? Obia, voodoo, Santeria.
I was going to tell you to explain it for people who don't know.
Right. So like it's
a thing.
Ancestrally, there's things that you invite the proper people to be able to do things for
at
you
the right times.
At the right times. Right? Like I know I grew up, if you had your period and someone just had a kid, you don't go see that person's kids because you can make the child very colicky. So I had plenty of people who had kids, and I had my period, and I waited till my period was done.
Absolutely.
Because I'm not going to be the one to give your child colic.
Can you imagine if you did go and you did give that baby colic, and now that baby is suffering?
Right. These old wives' tales didn't come out of nowhere. They're there for a reason.
It comes from some grain of truth,
right,
for everybody. Some grain of truth, right? So it's there for a reason. And while it may have been exaggerated over time, because as Indians do tend to exaggerate a smidge,
right?
But
because you had a dream.
But it comes from some truth. Like, it's coming from somewhere. So, like, let's just listen to the old wives' tales, because the old wives' tales are somewhere true.
Right. Let me think back. So, even, and you know, I'm just trying to think back. Are there some parents that might have welcomed that and just don't want no part of it? I'm going to say a little bit has to do with postpartum. Right?
Absolutely.
Because there are moms, immediately the baby comes, they want no parts. They don't want to look at it. They don't want to touch it. They don't whatever.
Yes.
And that's a hormonal shift because your hormones were at this level trying to give birth or just gave birth or you were pregnant and preparing. Quickly. And the moment the baby drops, it declines so rapidly that you become, you go to a completely different state of mind.
You become a different person.
Correct. So I'm not going to say that there's some people who would have been more than happy that happened because they just don't want to deal with it.
But different.
But someone who hormones don't fluctuate as drastically, like how she's presenting herself to be.
Correct.
I can understand that frustration, right? Because although, again, it seemingly seems like very sweet, it's not. It feels like a takeover. That's the best way I can explain it. Someone comes into your house and takes over the one thing that you've been excited to prepare to become and do.
So, again, I'm not a mom. I always want to preface this. But when you become a new mom, it kind of makes me think you kind of have that animal instinct, right? Mm-hmm. And it's your territory. It's your space. It's your newborn. It's the person that you've been creating for the past 9 months is now really here and is tangible. and someone is now coming and peeing in your space.
Bogarting, that's the word I was looking for.
Absolutely. Bogarting is a great word for it. Like, they're coming and they're just saying, fuck this.
Let me do it.
It's mine. No. As a new mom, I think that I'd curse somebody out. I'm quick to curse, right? And if my mother-in-law, who I know is very comfortable to curse, I'd be like, get the fuck out. And I would preface it by saying, I'm not trying to be rude, but you need to get the fuck out my house now. Because you did too much. You're coming and you're trying to convert my baby? You did too much.
So let's
I'd
loop back
freak
now.
the fuck out.
I would too. Let's loop back to the husband's response.
Get the fuck out my house. That I would say, get the fuck out.
He should have defended in a space of vulnerability like that. He should have defended
Absolutely.
her. Like, hey mom, you're doing the most. He doesn't have to be rude because
No,
it's his mom.
right.
He'd be like, hey mom, you're doing the most, or hey mom, can you respect that this is not what she wants or how she wants to handle the
Correct.
situation.
Not attack the new mom.
Right. Talk about something. You should have been nicer. Excuse me. The fuck. In my home.
In
With
my
my pick me.
in my home. That's what it is. It's in my home. It's not like I went to her house.
And she had the 5 church people there. I came out the shower, and these
They
people
was
were
there.
sitting up in my house, and you gonna look at me like I'm the wrong one for kicking y'all out of my house. Oh hell,
Get
no.
out.
No.
I'd be down in my robe. Get out. I wouldn't even pause. There wouldn't be a question. And then if my husband decided not to stand next to me in that moment, you need to get out too before I
Right.
say some words to you that
Maybe
will...
you should take a walk because I'm not in the space to say something nice.
Absolutely. And you don't want me to say something mean. Because it will come out
And I will not take it back.
and I will have no filter. Absolutely. And you know I'm quick. And you know when I'm quick, my tongue is sharp. Like, don't. Get out.
Venom.
Literally venom. Get out. Get out. Run for your life in that moment. It's run for your life.
Run, Forrest, run! And I was running.
And I was running. But literally, you gotta go. You all 7 of you need to go. Leave the pick-me with me. Gotta go. I can't even imagine myself pregnant. I want you to know. Or having a newborn child, because at that moment, I know my emotions are high. I know what
You'd be a tiger mom?
I would be. In that moment, I feel like I would be.
Okay.
I know what I'm like when I'm going through my period, right? And all the emotions and everything. I'm quick. I'm sharp. My tongue is sharp, and I know it is. So I stay very quiet when I have my period sometimes. I'm just like,
You know, I want to ask if that other mom comes this evening, I'd love to ask her what she would do.
we should ask her. I'd be curious.
Yeah.
Okay. No. Shaw.
Yeah.
Shaw.
Absolutely. Ma'am. Rightfully so. Kick him out. Kick him
think-
out. Kick him out.
I think that the new mom, is absolutely correct in what she did. She should not feel guilty. And
He should have stood up for her.
yes, all of those things. And the mother-in-law needs to get it together. This is not your child. You have gone through the process. You have raised, I'm assuming, a lovely human because he's married.
Right.
I'm assuming lovely human because
But you didn't raise him enough to be able to protect his wife, to be able to protect him from you.
That's why I said
That's
I'm
like
assuming.
that's like those videos of those gender reveals, and the moms come running to take their son, and they just push him out the way, like it's not your time to shine.
Those videos get me so mad.
So I'm going to give you guys a side story, and then we're going to go to Nikita's whisper, right? So during my first pregnancy,
Do I know this story?
I don't know.
Okay, go ahead.
During my first pregnancy, my mother got in trouble with the nurse because this FaceTime was new, right? It was a whole new thing. So my mother was trying to FaceTime my sister.
Not you aging yourself.
Whatever. And you know, there was excitement. I'm not gonna
Of
falter for the
course.
excitement, right?
It was this her first granddaughter,
No. First granddaughter, but not first grandchild.
but first granddaughter.
Yes. And so, and it's actually caught on tape too. I have the video somewhere. I have to figure out where I saved it. I think it's in the Google Drive somewhere. Because I was trying to record it, but they was like, "Oh, you can't record."
Why not?
I don't know. Something happened.
It's my vagina.
Anywho, so it caught up until my mother getting chewed out by the nurse because she was trying to FaceTime my sister right when they were getting ready to, because it was one of those convertible beds, right, where they break it down and turn it into like a stirrups and everything like that. It was a bed, and then it breaks at the middle, and then your legs open up, spread eagle.
Okay.
And she was like, your daughter, your first daughter, meaning my sister, already had her moment. This is her moment now. We're not going to do this. We're not going to do that.
Okay.
That's the type of person, that's the energy you need. That's the someone you need on your corner to let you know this is her moment. This is her time. We're not going to do this.
Yeah, I love this. Okay.
Yeah. So I did write a letter to the hospital saying
Good job.
Yeah.
Even better.
I know.
Yes, advocate
especially
for
in
us.
a time where they don't care about our health, right?
Advocate for us.
I love it. So
okay.
But I have it on video. So yes, that's the type of energy he needs to have.
Absolutely.
Towards his mother. Okay?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Okay. Okay. Let me get mine. I'm not ready.
Go ahead.
I lost it.
Not eek.
Eek. Okay. I, a 30-year-old female, live alone in a one-bedroom apartment in a major city. It's small, but cute, and I've worked hard to make it feel like a calm space. I'm an introvert. I work from home, and my apartment is basically my sanctuary.
Okay.
My friend, who is a 29-year-old female, lives about 45 minutes away in the suburbs with her parents. But she's constantly in the city for work events, dates, or concerts. Over the last year, she started asking to crash at my place more and more. At first, it was once every few months, then once a month. Now it's multiple times a week. She always says, I don't want to Uber home, or it's just so much easier if I stay at yours. And I get it. But here's the thing. She just doesn't crash. She moves in. What? Leaves stuff everywhere, uses my skincare products, eats my food without asking, takes long showers. Once I came home to find her hosting a guy she met at a bar in my apartment without asking. The worst part is, she never contributes, doesn't offer to pay for anything, replace anything, or even clean up after herself. I've hinted several times that it's becoming too much. She laughs it off and says, You're so lucky to have me as a fake roommate. Last week, I finally said, Hey, I need to cut back on guests. I need my space, and this has become kind of overwhelming. She got super cold and said, Wow, I didn't realize I was such a burden to you. Now she's been passive aggressively posting on Instagram about fake friends and how some people only want you around when it's convenient. Some mutuals have told me I could have handled it more gently and that I'm being territorial over a space that's meant to be shared with people you care about. I'm starting to wonder, was I wrong for telling my friend she can't keep crashing at my place, even though she clearly sees it as a second home?
You know what this gives me?
I'm ready. I don't know.
Have you ever seen Harlem? It's a show on Prime with Megan Good.
I haven't.
Okay.
I feel like I should.
If you know,
You know.
It's giving me Quinn, and I forget the other character's name. The other character is an up and coming. She wants to be she had a big hit. The hit didn't happen. She lost her record deal, and she was sleeping from couch to couch, but she ended up staying on Quinn's couch for the longest.
Okay.
There is nothing wrong with your friend wanting to help you, but have some decorum. Have some decorum and being respectful. Okay, maybe it turned out to be a little bit more than that. At least contribute if you're gonna be there like that. You know what I mean? And if you're and if you are, you need to ask or have that conversation. Like, hey, or can I stay here for a little bit until I find something, or can I stay here a little bit and I can contribute because this is getting a little taxing for me, and then maybe you can help me look for something like. But there's some people who just naturally go about life and have no sense of, like, they're oblivious to how they behave and act around people. And it's like people have to be on their beck and women call, and that's not how things go.
So I definitely agree with you, because at some point you crossed this boundary that didn't exist before, but it was there, common sense wise. It was there. Like,
Right.
be mindful of my space. Be mindful of who I am as a person. If you know that I'm an introvert, don't invite randos into my space.
That part.
So then, me and my brain, I'm not talking to this bitch no more. I'm upset with her now. I'm upset with her now, and I'm not beat. And it would be one of those where, yeah, fuck you kind of moment, right? And this friendship makes me think that it's one of those chosen family type of things, right? Like, this is the family that I chose to have in my life and who I wanted to be there.
But there's nothing wrong with that.
But you then manipulated yourself to freeloading.
Yeah.
That's trash.
Because think about it. She's used to freeloading, because where does she freeload normally? At home.
Oh, I was
right?
like, wait, I don't know.
She's used to freeloading. Like, she's the type of person where, and I'm not saying there's anything wrong, because a lot of people, unfortunately,
They're
the way
stuck in that situation.
Right, they're stuck. Not I don't want to say they're stuck. Some people choose to be in that situation. Okay. Where I get it. It's doesn't make sense, me on my own, to put that much money into a space where my parents are like, yeah, you can stay here as long as you want.
Mm-hmm.
But because you're with your parents, of course, you're never going to have to contribute, unless your parents are like, nah, you got to contribute. You can't just be here.
Absolutely.
Which gives them a form of responsibility that they need to have, and a sense of what the world is like out there. Like, you can't just be living for free.
You can't.
So I can guarantee you, at home, that's exactly how she's living. So she's not thinking any differently as to when she's being with her friend, because her parents are probably not like, nah, bitch, you got to pay something.
Right.
Not saying bitch, but you know what I mean.
Nah, bitch, you got to pay something. Absolutely. Nah, bitch. But I guess it also begs the question how you were raised in the same sense, because while I definitely couch jumped, okay, I definitely have done it, I was the person also willing to say, yo, let me get you some groceries.
Right.
Oh, let me clean up my space. Let me make the bed that you've given me, the couch. I'm going to make it so that it looks smooth.
Right.
Oh.
People are more inclined to be forgiving of your situation.
When you're neat.
And when you're thoughtful and like, oh, you know what?
Right. But that's also like, as crazy as growing up in a West Indian, specifically my household can be, my mom was crazy about this. We have guests coming over, clean the house from top to bottom.
Right.
Lord, who's going in my bedroom, Mom? Nobody.
But you still
my aunt is coming over. She don't
still have
care
to clean
about
it.
my bedroom. We still have to clean it. So I'm definitely neurotic in the sense that if people coming over, my house need to be cleaned, right? If I spend the night at somebody's house, let me leave it better than I found it. So how was she raised? Were you not raised? Is everyone not raised that way? Like,
no.
Leave it better than you found it if you can.
Not everyone.
Make your bed. I hate when I leave my house and I don't make my bed, and then I come home at night and my bed looks frumpy, and I'm like, where's the top of my comforter? And I roll around when I sleep sometimes, right? Where's the top of my comforter? Why isn't my pillow the way that I need my pillow to be so I can set up with my fluffiness factor properly? Like, it's just all those things.
Right.
That's just not nice.
No.
When she
started... So let her, I'd say get rid of the dead weight.
Absolutely. When you started spending the night once a month, girl, are you okay?
Right.
Once a month?
No. Wasn't it more days in a week?
So it started to be once every other month.
Right.
Once a month. And then every week multiple times. Girl, are you okay?
Yeah.
That would be my first question.
Do we need to look for somewhere for you?
Right. Is your home life not okay?
What's going on with you and your parents?
Right. That's my first thought. Because I've gone on dates.
Yeah.
I was dating prior to my husband. I've spent the night and I've done the walk in the morning.
Do her parents not like the guy? But then you said she met a rando, so of course you can't bring a rando to your parents.
No.
Well, technically you can if you're 29.
Absolutely
but you're
not. You're not bringing a rando to your parents. That's when you go buy a hotel. I've done that.
I mean, technically,
done that. And then he paying for it, and then I'm leaving. I'm bye.
Which way is it? This way? That way? Either way?
I don't know.
Deuces.
You got
No,
the bill.
one's flipping the bird in Europe. One is.
How do you know that?
When I was hosting au pairs, we had to learn that so that this way we didn't offend them. So I think this is flipping the bird, and then this is the proper way.
Oh,
that's why if you notice, they always put it this way and not this way.
deuces.
Deuces.
That was my story.
Find you a new friend.
Absolutely.
Tell her we're good, but we need distance.
Absolutely. I'm sorry. And the fact that this is your space.
Yeah. Your
And
sanctuary. Literally, that's what she said.
That's what you called it, your sanctuary. And you're letting someone ruin your peace? Girl, you 30. Ain't nobody... I'm at the point where I can't let someone ruin my peace. I don't care who you are. You can't ruin my peace. I've worked too hard. Mm-hmm. I've done too many things in my life. I need to protect my peace.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
And at any cost. I can't. You are 30. You are there at the point where you know what protecting your peace is. Protect your peace. That's all I gotta say. Clock it.
All right. Whisper number 3.
I'm ready.
So I, 32 female, recently got married to my husband, 35 male,
32, 35. Okay.
who has a 10-year-old daughter from a previous relationship. Ooh, excuse me. Edit. Every time I say edit, it reminds me of Janet Jackson. Rhythm Nation?
Yes.
Okay. Okay. Who has a 10-year-old daughter from a previous relationship. We've been together for 3 years, and I've done my best to bond with his daughter.
So she's 13 now?
I'm assuming she's 10, so they probably met her when he was 7.
Okay. Sorry.
She's sweet, but very attached to her mom. Rightfully so.
I see nothing wrong.
Okay, sorry. Not supposed to do that. Okay. For her birthday this year, my husband and I decided to throw a party at our house. I went all out, balloons, a custom cake, decorations, and even invited some of her school friends. Her mom was also invited, and honestly, I didn't mind. I wanted it to be about the kid.
Yeah.
Here's where it gets messy. Her mom showed up late.
Okay.
Brought her own cake and started directing the party, telling everyone when to sing, where to sit, and what photos to take. I felt completely sidelined in my own home. So when it came time to cut the cake, I gently told her, I've got it from here. Apparently, that was the ultimate offense. She snapped that I was trying to replace her and that I had no right to take over her daughter's birthday. My husband froze, and I ended up asking her to leave after she kept escalating. Now his ex is calling me controlling, and even my husband thinks I could have just let it slide. But it was our house, our money, and I just wanted some boundaries respected. So am I wrong for asking my husband's ex to leave our daughter's birthday party at our home?
So this is a hard one. I think that they're both in the wrong.
Yeah. She was wrong for trying to invade.
She's wrong for trying to invade. She's wrong for kicking her out.
Yes.
At the end of the day, this is not your daughter. I understand that.
She could have responded differently. Like, hey, like how you're saying, I understand that you want to feel like it's not only that. Can we make it look like it's coming from both of us?
So
is what should have happened.
Correct. But I can already tell from the vibe from that letter, whisper, whatever. She's saying our house, our daughter. She's not your daughter, boo. Yeah. Like she is, but she isn't.
Right.
At the end of the day, she's all 3 of your daughters. What? And you know what I'm trying to say. She's all whatever.
Of all 3 of them.
Right. So you have to learn how to navigate that family dynamic.
Yeah.
And I'm like you said, if they met when they were 7, she's now 10. 3 years have now passed. Is she living with them? I can't tell from the story.
It didn't say.
Okay, so
I'm assuming not because she invited friends from her school, so she probably
Correct.
lives with her maternal mother.
That's what I'm thinking. Or they're split custody and he has the
Right.
weekend, something.
Right.
So then she sees you as a stepmom, or she doesn't even see you as a mom.
Yeah.
She sees you
as dad's wife.
Right. Dad's person.
Yeah.
Not necessarily my person. So she definitely needs her mom at the event.
Right.
And you didn't do your due diligence as you were going through your relationship to set up the boundaries of what your relationship looks like with this kid.
Right.
That's where
Nor did she try to foster a relationship with the mother to say, hey, I'm not here to replace you.
Right. Again, I think that you're both in the wrong, and I think that things could have been handled differently. I love the fact that you're trying to do this party for her, and try to make her feel welcome in your house, in the house of you and your husband, who is her father. But
at the same token, the mom might have felt threatened.
Right. Because you never had the conversation about what your dynamic is and what your role in this new family is. So now she really is going to view you as an invader.
Yeah. She's going to feel, she feels threatened because it's like, okay, it's almost like that don't show me out kind of feeling. Don't show me out because, I should be doing this. And I don't want my daughter to think that I couldn't show up for her.
Right.
That's where the maternal mother is probably like experiencing and feeling, and this is why she feels like she needs to come in with the cake to say, listen, I still got this. I still can take care of mine. The husband, again, I think all three of them should have sat down and mapped this out a little bit better.
I agree.
In terms of saying, okay, are we going to do this collaboratively?
Who's in charge of what?
Right, exactly. So that this way, this didn't happen. But clearly.
Right. So, like, it could have gone better the way that they set the situation up, in my opinion. So, I think
when your friend slides you a note in class.
I just think that I don't think you're in the wrong, right? In the sense that you did anything wrong by hosting a party and having this event. I think that you are definitely wrong for kicking the mother out. You can't kick the mother of the child out. That just looks
you
wrong
can't
on so many levels. But prior to the event, a conversation should have happened between all three of you about what your roles were in this specific event.
Right.
And who was going to handle what, how this was going to be taken care of, and that while the bio mom is happy to do X, Y, and Z, please still respect the boundary of the fact that this is my house and this is the house that I'm building with the husband.
And this is probably why she hasn't been able to foster a relationship with the young girl, because the mom's probably feeding her things. Absolutely.
For sure. Absolutely. That's you're in a sticky situation. You're stuck between a rock and a hard place right now. And it's
because you mean well, but it's not coming out.
Right.
Well.
Correct.
Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
No, but that's the thought. Like, it's just, you're not coming from a malicious spot.
Right. But because you have to compete with the mom, it comes off that way.
Because you're trying to compete. And that's what it is. You can't compete with mom. You are not ever going to be mom.
No.
And
you'll be an important piece of the dynamic, but you'll never be mom.
You'll never be mom. And sometimes that's hard to accept. Do we have time for one more? Do you think we can fit one more in?
We can squeeze one more. What you got? Ooh, my hips. Nice.
It's when you sit on one side for too long.
It is. Okay. It's like frozen shoulder. But frozen shoulder is not only for your shoulders, for any joints you have.
I didn't even know what frozen shoulder was.
Let's not get into it. Go ahead.
We've all been in this situation. Okay.
Oh, what you about to read?
Yes.
Okay.
So I, 33-year-old male, was invited to what I was told was a birthday dinner for me, organized by my friend group. Super thoughtful, or so I thought. I show up to this trendy, overpriced tapas place downtown. And there are 12 of my closest friends already there. We eat, drink, laugh. I order modestly, just a beer and 2 small plates, try not to go overboard. The vibe is great until the check comes. The server drops a $700 bill.
12 people? Yeah, that's about right.
Yes. And someone says, okay, so it's like 60 each. What?
You 60. So wait, hold on. Let me do the math.
Yeah,
let me do the math.
60 times 12.
700. Ooh, not 5,000.
That's a cheap ass bill. You only tipping $20?
700 divided by 11.
Nah.
I'm not including him. No, it's 12 friends already there.
Yes.
So it shouldn't be 13.
Correct.
Okay, so 12.
But if you do divided by 13, that is a tip.
So okay. 700
60
divided by
13,
12 people, it says $58.33.
which equals $7.20. I just want you to know. So that's only a $20 tip on a $700 bill.
How?
If you do,
That's not including the tip.
not including the tip,
Right.
but you should include the tip when you separate the bill.
Right. Well, I'm hoping that gratuity is already included because it's a party of 8 or more.
Oh, okay, fine. Okay. I accept that answer.
Okay.
Even though sometimes in the city it's 15 or more. Okay.
Right. 700 divided by 13 now
52 and change.
is 53.80.
53.
53.85. Because I'm going to round that 4 up. Why are we at $60?
Okay, wait. I'm not done. There's more. I laugh awkwardly and I say, oh, no worries. I'll just pay for my stuff.
Which is probably cheaper than the $60.
Assuming they let me off because it's my birthday.
Rightfully so. Someone else.
No, he shouldn't be paying. Anyway,
No.
that's when it gets weird. My friend goes, wait, we're all splitting it. That's how we do group dinners. I'm like, but it's my birthday.
Right. Y'all invited me out. Y'all chose this spot. Oh, go ahead. Her face just changed. Go ahead.
Sorry.
We jumped right into it.
We did, because then I kept reading. Someone else, another friend, chimes in. Well, actually, it's also kind of a group celebration because so-and-so just got promoted, so-and-so is moving, and we just haven't all hung out in forever. I'm like, oh, so this wasn't my birthday dinner? Cue the awkward silence. The first person goes, it's just easier to split evenly. I'm like, all right, cool. Then maybe don't frame it like it's a birthday dinner for me if I'm paying
new
if I'm paying $60 to celebrate other people's wins. Which is fine, right? But don't frame it like it's coming out for me. I Venmoed the server for my part.
The server?
I Venmoed the server. Y'all can tell that I don't read these stories ahead of time. I like breeze through them. I Venmoed the server my portion, $28, and left. Group chat's been kind of dead since, and a couple people have said I was rude and made it uncomfortable. So, question, was I wrong in this situation?
If you were invited out and it was presented that they were coming to celebrate you for your birthday, and yes, maybe amongst the conversation that took place, you found out other people's congratulation stories. At the core of it,
No.
they called you out for your birthday.
So I go back to the top of this story because I wanted to confirm. I was invited to what I was told was a birthday dinner for me organized by my friend group. So that's what he was told.
Right. So where am I misconstruing that such and such got a promotion and such is moving?
Nobody. Nowhere. Not at all. This is my... So I shouldn't be paying. So I'm sorry. I've done birthday dinners.
I think we all have. Those who celebrate.
Right. Those who celebrate. I've definitely done birthday dinners. I've done birthday dinners in 2 forms. 2 setups? 2 situations. I've sent out the invitation to a whole group of friends and I said, hey, we're going to celebrate X, Y, and Z. the menu is like this. I anticipate we're going to each spend approximately X, Y, and Z. So they come prepared.
Right.
I've also done it when it was a smaller group of going out with a different group of friends for X, Y, and Z. Hey, I'm covering X, Y, and Z. We're doing this birthday for them. Don't worry about the bill. If you want to help with the tip, I really appreciate it, but I'll cover the bill. I've done it both ways. I've never expected the birthday person to pay.
Yeah.
And when I go out for my birthday, if someone tells me they're taking me out for my birthday, I always go prepared. You never know.
I know. I do too. I always come with a little money because I don't want to ever have to be in that situation and not cover my
Correct.
money.
So you never know, right? But at the end of the day, if Denise was to say, "Hey, boo, we going out for your birthday," oh, I'm so excited! I can't wait to go. Let's go.
I'm not expecting her to pay for anything.
It's right, but I also know her. But so then, do you not know your friends? Do you not know your friends?
I get new friends. Not to say that it's a matter of being like entitled.
No,
but come on, have a little. Like,
your birthday comes once a year. Have you seen that meme? Have you seen that video? Side note, where someone goes, "Hey, I feel bad for the people who have birthdays in December." Did you show it to me?
No, but I do because I have 2 December babies.
No. I feel bad for the people who have birthdays in December because they have to wait all year for their birthday. But people in April can celebrate earlier. Have you seen that?
No.
The guy was like,
It's still a year.
if they still need to wait a year for their birthday. Nah, the year starts in January, so they celebrate their birthday in 4 months. We're like, December, you gotta wait 12 months to celebrate your birthday. Oh, God. Okay, sorry, digressed. You have to wait a whole year, no matter what month it is.
I feel like the numbers should be floating around my head. Like, what?
We can make that happen. No matter when your birthday is, you still wait a whole year to celebrate your birthday.
Still 365.
And I need to find this so I can put this in the story. And it doesn't matter when it happens, right? It's still once a year. It happens once a year. You wait 365 days, no matter when it happens. And you deserve to be celebrated. I don't work on my birthday. My friend was like, "I'm working on my birthday." I said, "Fuck that noise."
I was not born into this world working. I should not work on my birthday. Period.
Absolutely. Period. Clock it. So, the fact that, and I don't feel bad. No, I don't feel bad. I don't think I would have Venmoed my server $28 because the bill technically isn't paid. I feel like maybe I would have found an ATM, pulled out 30 and gave it to the server that way, because Venmoing your server, it gets a little dicey. So now is my server supposed to put down $30? Like,
they can split the bill. I'm assuming. Like, I have a Venmo card. So it's like a debit card. Like, I could pay that way.
But the way I picked up on it is not that he
Yeah.
like Venmoed his server. Like, that's how I picked it up. So now my server
now has to go back to the drawing board and do the math.
Right. Like, it just seems funky, right? So I would have figured out a way to get to an ATM, to go and say, "Hey, pull out my beer, my 2 tapas real quick so I can pay for it." Something.
What kind of friends are you? Y'all are grimy.
To then throw it in, like, at the end of the night, well, we're celebrating so-and-so's promotion, so-and-so moved, So it's kind of like a free-for-all dinner. So everyone pays.
And if that was the case, that's what should have been said in the chat.
I agree.
I would have went in with a completely different mindset to know that, okay, I'm paying for myself.
I agree. You set me up for a failure. Yeah, no.
People like that, you can't argue with them, though.
But it's 12 of them.
Yeah.
I've definitely gone out to dinners.
Mm-hmm.
And they have said that they would like to split the bill based on what they've ordered. All right. Fine.
Was it a birthday?
No. It was a regular dinner. All right. Fine. I still ordered, no matter what I'm doing, whether it's my birthday, it's not my birthday, I always order within my means and something that I would always get.
Right.
Even if I get 1 or 2 drinks, right? I always order knowing that I can pay for it. So it's not the point. I'm happy to do that, right? But it's also in my brain to split the bill because it just makes my life easier.
Yeah.
And I don't have to stress about how much I owe, plus figuring out the tip and the tax.
Or you could do what we do and we just yell at each other back and forth.
or we just, split the bill. You and I are different. If I go out in a group dinner, let's rephrase that sentence.
That's true. Group dinner.
If I go out in a group dinner of 6 or more people, split the bill. It just makes life easier. And I'm not trying to, and I feel like at this point in my life, if I know that I can't afford to go out in a group dinner,
don't do it.
I'm not going. Because I know my friends well enough to know, well, so-and-so is going to get at least 2 to 3 drinks. I'm going to get 2 to 3 drinks. You're going to get 2 to 3 drinks. That right there is already $150. 6 drinks? Nope. 9 drinks is already $150.
2 for 6. You were right.
No, because I said 2 to 3. That's what I rounded up to the higher end.
Okay.
So we're already spending $150 on drinks alone, right?
And that's not including the food. And someone's always going to get seafood.
Right. So, I'm always mentally prepared. If I'm going out with a group of 6 people, I'm probably spending between 100 and 120 minimum. So be prepared to spend that.
Yeah.
And it's not that I don't mind splitting the bill based on what I eat. That's not it either.
I don't care either.
It's just too much fucking work. And that's what I get. And that's what I think it is.
Yeah.
It's too much fucking work.
I'll just split it down the middle. I don't care.
I don't care.
It's the people who was like, no, I didn't get that. I got just this. I got a water and I got my salad.
Don't come to dinner.
The fuck?
And I don't.
You're here for the good vibes. Just put that shit down.
Right. And I don't mean to be mean, but then don't come to dinner.
Yeah.
Yeah. I feel so bad for this man. I really do.
Sir, I think you should find new friends. And if there is one friend who's willing to listen and understand, talk to them.
Right.
But I think you need to find new friends.
But the whole chat went silent. That's what he said. The whole chat went silent.
But I'm pretty sure people are having sidebar conversations.
I mean, I do. We all do. There'd be a whole group conversation. I text my bestie, hey, girl, are we doing this? Okay, just checking. We all do it.
Or if it's a situation where if I'm eating, you eating, but you ain't got it, and I just get you back later, you have that conversation on the side, and such people like, yeah, I'm sending for me, da-da-da. They don't need to know.
Nah.
And then you handle it in the back end with da-da-da.
Nah, I got so-and-so. Don't worry about it.
Right.
She got me. Don't worry about it. I got you. I got you too. Okay, thank you. Yeah, when it comes to us, though, it's a different story.
It's different.
All right. Let's put that there.
Getting attacked over here.
I want you to know that I love where we put this because I can move it and still make sure that I'm talking to you and they still hear me.
I'm not afraid of you.
Oh, shit. Okay. I like these wispies today.
Yep, these were good ones. What do you guys say? What say you guys?
What say the people of the world?
Drop a comment below or send us wispies.
Please send us wispies.
I think you guys like these. You guys are nosy. Low key.
High key. Bye, wispies.
See you next time.
Oh, God. High key.
Hey Wispies, thank you for joining us for another hard-hitting girl talk. If you have a topic or question for us, send us a whisper at info@wineandwhispersclub.com. That's whispers with an S. See you next time, Wispies.